Well, hey there. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about having some fun. And I know it's been a while since I've talked about having fun, but today I'm talking about card games. Let's get started. Sweet. Hey guys, Rob here. How's it going? Good to see you guys. So today, if you saw in the trailer, I'm talking about card games. But a lot of these card games that we play, like, for example, like I'm playing a little bit of Solitaire here, which is totally fun. It's one of those games that you can play by yourself. You don't need a lot of people to be able to play it. And it's one of those simple, easy kind of games that you can just get it done real quick. And then once you get it done, you can start all over again. So, yeah, but it's one of those games, you can play it over and over and over again. But is this really one of the best games? Well, in my standards, this game is just to kind of pass a little bit of time. But I have some games, some other card games, that maybe you've heard of, or maybe you haven't. And then I have one card game that right now I consider like the best card game. But here, let me show you. I'll set this over here real quick, and then I'm going to start with my first one here. Let's see. Oh yeah, there it is. So the first one, you guys have probably heard of this game, Cards Against Humanity. Really cool, fun card game, especially really fun to play with other people. But that's the thing about this game that I definitely got to say right away. Compared to like Solitaire, well, at least Solitaire you can play by yourself. But this game, you can't play by yourself. You kind of need to have a group of people with. Cool game, fun game, but not what I would say a game you can play by yourself. So let's see, what else do we got? Oh, here's one. So this one's called Fun Employed. Okay, you guys have probably heard YouTube videos definitely about this one. You've probably heard some YouTube videos about this one, and it's just basically this one, it's kind of like Cards Against Humanity, except you're doing a job interview, and you have different qualifications for that job interview, and of course whoever has the best job interview wins. So, but the only problem with this game, just like this game, it's better to play with people. But when you play it by yourself, it's kind of boring. So once again, it seems like just a deck of cards seem to be the best thing to have fun with. So what else we got? Oh, here we go. How about $1 Million But? Well, this game basically asks you the questions of, if you had $1 million, what would you do? And of course, the most terrible thing that you were to do in this game is what makes you win. But put this with these guys, and you can kind of see where I'm going with this, is that this game, and this game all can't be played by yourself. You kind of need people to play these games together. So, gosh, just seems to be that there's not really a lot of card games that you can play by yourself. Well, let me see. So I'm going to take these down here, and I'm going to bring out a deck of cards that maybe you've seen, maybe you haven't seen, maybe you've heard of it. But this is a game called Sabacc. And basically it's based off of the game that's in Star Wars. And the game was actually a hand that, you know, basically Han Solo won the Millennium Falcon from Lando Calrissian in the game Sabacc. He won with a very lucky hand. Well, if you've ever seen the movie Solo, they actually show this game being played. Now, the nice thing about Sabacc is, and actually with this deck is really cool. This was sent to me by someone in that went to Disney World and sent this to me. So, thank you. Appreciate it. But anyway, so Sabacc is basically, the way I could describe Sabacc, if you've never played it or have never seen it, it's kind of like blackjack. If you've ever played blackjack, where you get the closest to 21 wins. Well, in Sabacc, it's the closest to 0 wins. And if you get 0, that's awesome, because, you know, there's a whole betting thing and whatever. But see, you get negative cards, which are red, and you get positive cards that are green. But there's different things. There's squares, there's triangles, there's circles, and then of course you also run into cards that have like other symbols on it. And each symbol, basically the cards go through 1 through 10, and then there's 2 cards that are 0. And it's actually a game you could play by yourself, because then you can learn how to do, you know, to get to 0, stuff like that, by using the plus and minus cards, and you can see if you can try to get the best hand and stuff like that. But there's a lot of betting involved and so on and so forth. But really, really cool fun. But this game I definitely like, only because it is one of those games you don't need a group of people with, especially when you're isolating. But it's not the best game that I've seen when it comes to card games, and the game that I basically would say that I've had the most fun with. But let me get this other game, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so here's my other game. And you're probably looking at this going, what is this? You got a bunch of cards, you got this table. By the way, this is just a Bluetooth speaker here. But anyway, this game is called Drop Mix. It is literally, I heard about this was done by Harmonix. You're going, boy, that name sounds familiar. Harmonix was the ones who actually created Rock Band and created all of those really cool song things that we could do on Xbox or PlayStation or anything like that. They came up with this game, which is basically, it's a card game where you get to take cards like this, these little tiny cards, and in fact, here, let me bring a deck up to you guys so you can actually see this a little bit better. So here's these cards. Okay, so like this one has the different things that it can do, from vocals to like a horn, to drums, to a guitar. But this is a card that actually has a little bit of power to it that can be played anywhere on that board. Now, let me bring this closer to you guys. I'm going to kind of step behind the camera for a little bit here. Sorry if I shake it around a little too much. So, oops, sorry about that. Hopefully I didn't make any of you sick when I did that. So, alright. So you can see the board here, and right here you can see this is just a regular, like, this is not an iPad, it's just a, you know, tablet or whatever, that you can hook up to this with a Bluetooth. Okay? So you can see you have a red and yellow spot, a red spot, red and blue, blue, and a blue and a green. So you have a total here of 5 spots that you can put cards down. Now, I'll kind of keep it right there for you guys, and I'm going to go back over to the front of the camera again, and I will show you guys some of the really cool things that this thing actually does. So, now as I said, depending on how you guys have things set up, and whatever, you can actually hook this up to a Bluetooth speaker so that it will do things. But on here, you can actually just use like your cards, or you can do play, or you can do mixes. And that's the other thing too, is you can save mixes on this depending on what kind of mixes you do. So let me zoom back out a little bit for you guys here, so you guys can kind of see me a little bit too. So you can see what's going on here. So anyway, we can just do play. And you see here it has Clash, which is versus mode. You have Party, which is 1 to 5 players can play this game. You have Puzzle, and then you have Freestyle. Well, the Puzzle is a 1-player game. The Freestyle is a 1-player game. The Versus is 2 to 4 players. And Party is 1 to 5 players, as I said. So you can do a lot of different things with this type of game compared to some of those other games, those other card games that we had sitting over here. So I'm just gonna back this up a little bit, and as I said, you know, this is where it gets really cool. So I can basically take one of these cards. So I'm gonna take this card that basically was one of my favorite groups, Europe, and I can place it anywhere on this board. So I'm gonna just go into Freestyle. Now as you see, it lights up like this, and it shows all the different cards, or the colors. So here, I'll even just zoom in here real quick for you guys. So you see it's got the different colors there. So you can put the color-coded card in that spot. So, yeah. So, okay. So I will take, once again, I'm gonna take this card, and I'm gonna place it anywhere on the board. Well, what if I wanna just do, let's say, vocal? So, and of course it's not going to work for me as I'm trying to figure it out too. So, but what should happen most of the time is at first it's got to download the card. Once it downloads it and figures it out, it literally will start playing it. Maybe. Of course, as I'm videotaping this, it doesn't want to do it. I'll be right back. Well, sorry about that, guys. It's taken a little longer than I thought. So what I'll do is I'll try some other cards and just see. Sometimes what it's got to do is it's got to download brand new cards, and I haven't downloaded all of them yet. But I was going to say too is that in this pack, which is really cool, you get the deck. You don't get the tablet, so you have to provide your own tablet or even your phone. So if you have an Android phone or iPhone, either or, you just have to download the app for it, which the app is for this. But basically, so you take one of these cards. So like here, for example, I have Disturbed with Down with the Sickness, and you place it on the tablet. It seems you're having some trouble. So it starts playing the music. And then what you can do is you can take another card from another thing. So here's like a drum card. And so you get a really cool beat to it. But then you can add, like, here's one with, this is a red card, which is a guitar. And this might sound weird, but here's one that's got a violin in it. Let's add that in here. Now, of course, I got one spot left, which is a red and a blue, so I either have to put a red here or a blue here. So now I gotta try to find... Oh, here we go. So we could do like Ed Sheeran and put that here. But see, it starts playing it by these cards. Now, anytime you take one of these out, so anytime you take one out, it just plays the other stuff. But then you can add something else there. And it automatically mixes for you. So this, as I said, you can totally play by yourself, and you don't have to be musically inclined to be able to play this. So, and once again, you take a card out, you take another card out, and then you put, like, let's say another blue card in. And see, like, here's the thing, like, so this card here, which is one of the rainbow cards, you can play them anywhere. So where I had it up here, now I can put it down here. And you just made your own mix. Now see, this mix, this sounds really good. So I'm gonna save that. And it saves that mix, so the next time I want to, I can go back and find what mix that was and do it again. But see, here's the other thing. You know me as a collector, I like collecting. So here's the thing, is that there are so many card packs out there right now. As I said, when you buy this, the actual gameplay tablet, you buy this, you get 60 cards with that deck. So this whole thing comes with 60 cards that you can start out with and start mixing and doing your own thing and having fun. But they also came out with, and they have a bunch of these right now, they came out with a Series 1 pack that comes with 5 cards in it, and there actually is, and I'm just going to say right now, on Amazon you can get all of the complete series of Series 1 cards, and 5 to a pack. That's 30 cards in 5 of them, and you can literally play with the 60 cards you have. You'll have another 30 added to that. Well, the other thing is, okay, so now they also have, like, they have a rock set that you can buy, and this is 16 cards, 15 good cards, and 1 special card that you don't know what it is. And they have a pop deck card. This also has 16 in it. The 16, of course, is 1 card that you have no idea what it will be. So it's a special card. And that's the thing. This whole set here is really not bad. This thing came out 3 years ago. When it first came out, it was like $100. Well, now this thing is on Amazon. You can buy them for like $40, and this whole set with the 60 cards, and then you can buy the extra ones for like 10 to 15 bucks. And I will tell you right now, if this is what I can do to make really cool music on my own, Alright guys, so anyway, just thought I'd show you that, but I will tell you right now, this is probably my most favorite card game right now. So anyways, having fun, you know, still being isolated with all this stuff that's going on, but once again, I'm into collecting, and I'm definitely collecting these cards because these, I mean, it's so much fun to get these beats and do this kind of fun stuff. So anyway, I hope you guys are still being safe out there. You're still having fun. Maybe try seeing if you could pick this up yourself and try it with the family, especially if you like music. I like music. So other than that, guys, I don't even know what else to say anymore because it's just basically this thing was such a cool find. And of course, you know, they also have the video game called Fuser, which is now their new thing, which is basically DJing. And it's where you're dropping things in, which drop mix, dropping things in. So, but this is probably, yeah, one of the coolest card games. So other than that, guys, I know this kind of video is a little short, a little weird, but Rob's having fun, just doing what I like to do, you know, kind of thing. And so, anyways, if you guys like this video, hit that like button for me because it does help. And if you like my content, you like watching what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button for me because that also does help. And then other than that, guys, I will see you next time. Bye.